Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Atomic Mickey and today we're going to be watching a Sims 4 speed build together that I built myself. Very exciting. Now this house is completely base game only. There are no, I'm sorry if you can hear that, my cat's walking on paper. There are no expansion packs used, only base game content. It is a nice large 2-story family home with 3 bedrooms. Very nice, lots of backyard space, super cute. It's yellow, you're gonna love it. That's besides the point. Today, I'm really making this video because I want to rant. I have a lot of things in my mind recently, and I just want to rant about them, so prepare yourselves because it's going to get wild. First of all, I want to rant about, there's a particular fast food delivery place near my house. Well, not near my house, it's fast food delivery. That didn't make any sense. Scratch that. A fast food delivery app online. And recently, they've been showing a bunch of advertisements in my area on TV and online, being like, hey, yo, get our app. We bring food to you. And I was super excited about it because I don't like leaving my house ever. And so I was like, this is a great opportunity for me. I looked it up. They don't deliver in my area. What the hell's with that? I mean, why would you put an ad in an area where you don't deliver to? And I even asked my friend who lives like maybe 10 minutes away from me in like a kind of different area. They don't deliver there either. What is the point of putting out the ads in that area if you're not going to deliver to that area? Like, I don't get it. It's so aggravating. It was so, I would love that. I would love them to deliver me Chinese food anytime I want because we don't have Chinese delivery places near me. Oh, it was perfect. But they don't deliver here. And like, oh, that makes me so angry. Oh, that was topic number 1. We got through that relatively painlessly. Isn't that great? Awesome. Number 2, there's a lot. This is probably a whole video about a rant. Look at the house. Isn't it cute? Awesome. Okay, so another thing I want to rant about is the fact that this is about people in general. When a show gets canceled and suddenly everybody in the world cares about this show, like if you actually cared about the show and watched it, as many of the people who say they have, obviously didn't. Where were you? Oh my god, my cats are fighting. Oh my god, guys. Number 3, when my cats fight. No. Like, where were you when the show was on air? Like, why are you complaining now when the show's obviously been canceled? Y'all should have been there raising your flags and banners around, being like, watch this show when it was still on air. I don't understand people that get mad like that. Like, if you're gonna support a show, support it all the time. You know what I mean? That's not saying that some shows just, like, nobody supports it. I hope you understand what my thoughts on this matter. It just, it's so aggravating when people do that. Like, where were you when the show was on air? Where were you campaigning for people to watch your favorite show while it was still in production? Now it's not in production, it's dead, and guess what? You have no one to blame but yourself. But that's besides the point. Where are we at right now in the house? Oh, this is going to be a nice little back porch area, and also that's going to be the bathroom. I struggled a little bit with the roofing. The roofing in general is not my favorite part of building. But in The Sims, I almost said Sims 3. In The Sims 4, they make it really convenient, which I appreciate. That's like probably the only thing I like about The Sims 4 is the building aspect of it. I personally think The Sims 3 is better. Okay, we're going to complain about The Sims 4 now. Here we go. Well, let's compliment it first. Let's do some nice and then we'll do some mean. To compliment it, I think that, oh wait, there's going to be a little jump cut here. It's just because I took 8 years putting up the stairs, but I think that The Sims 4 has great mechanics when it comes to some aspects of gameplay. The building of it is fantastic. It's so much easier than it was in The Sims 3. Like in The Sims 3, you mess up once, you got to redo the entire house. It's a whole thing. They did a great job with that. But the gameplay aspect of it, when they do expansion packs and game packs, there's nothing new. It's all repetitive stuff, repetitive content. Remember, this is all in my opinion. In my opinion, I think that most of the content they give us is so repetitive. Nothing really is added to the game overall. It gets really boring easily. Like The Sims 3, there's so much stuff you can do. So many like accidental things that could happen. So much kind of choice that you have in how the gameplay goes. And you can have each generation be so different. Like I personally have never completed a legacy in The Sims 4. Because it's so repetitive and boring. And everything just kind of is the same thing over and over again. There's no big variety in what you can do. I understand The Sims 3 has more expansion packs, but even then, the base content the game The Sims 3 came with, there were so many things you could do and so much stuff that you could kind of explore, especially when Generations came along. Generations was an amazing expansion pack that really kind of opened up the world to different possibilities, what you could do in the game, and it made it more of a long-term kind of game. And that's like something I really appreciate about The Sims 3 is how diverse it can be and how many different things you can do. Yeah, that was a little rant. Oh, right here I'm doing a living room. I want it to be nice and warm and cozy because I don't like the contemporary style of houses that are kind of white and sterile. In my opinion, I think the warm, cozy, darker woods, darker kind of accents are what make me most comfortable in a house, because I like to build houses that I would personally like to live in. I don't want to build a house that's just kind of blah. I want it to be my style and make it seem like something I would want to put in my own game. Like, I know when I really get into the renovating aspect of this entire Sims 4, because I know I'm going to do it with only base game content, which is going to be hard, but we'll see what happens. But whenever I get to the more modern sections, I'm going to have a difficult time because I don't like building those types of houses, but we'll see what comes along. I'll probably use bright colors instead of more white, but that's not for a while because I haven't even started on the modern section. We'll see what happens. I mean, the next kind of video on that series, I plan on making a renovation instead of building, because I've built 2 houses so far. And personally, I find renovating houses to be a lot more fun, just because they have the base kind of set up already for you, and I like kind of trying to piece it together and put it back in a way that I like and like something that I would like to play in. So we'll see what happens. Okay, what are we doing? Kitchen's very nice and warm, as similar style as the living room. Lots of dark woods, all that jazz. Yeah, there's nothing really... What else do I want to rant about? Let me think for a second. What do I like to rant about? What do I like to rant about? Anything, but what do I want to rant about? Ooh, here's one. Ooh, it's in my head. I can feel it in my bones. Ooh, what's it called? Like, something about The Sims 4 is how they have certain colors, but they don't make all of those kind of swatches match, if you know what I mean. Like, if you look at the front of this house, whenever it comes back to this screenshot, you'll probably see it. But those front big windows, the round edges are supposed to be like the black ones, like the ones above the sink in the kitchen that you can see right now on the top of your screen. They're supposed to be that color black, but they look dark blue. Like, why do they not make all of the color, like, if they're gonna slightly be off and not match all the way, don't make it. Like, I don't understand the point of trying. Oh my god, my cats are fighting 2.0, part 2. There we go. It's all right, buddy. My smaller cat likes to bully my bigger cat. He's fine. Don't worry about it. But I don't like how they make those swatches that are meant to, like, you could tell they're meant to match, but they don't. Like, why make it if it's not going to go together? Like, if it's slightly off, we don't want it. Make something else. Not a big fan. Ugh. But anyways, that's like a little gripe that I have personally. What else do I have? What else do I have in my brain? Let's see. Clutter items are nice. There's not a lot of stuff in the base game. I've realized this now that because my friend has all the expansions and all the stuff packs and all that jazz, so I know the content that's in it because she's let me play before. But recently I decided to buy The Sims 4 for myself, and so I bought the base game and one expansion pack as it came on sale, the laundry stuff, because it was like super cheap a couple weeks ago. And I'm realizing now that there is not a lot of content in the base game stuff. Like, it's very repetitive with the stuff you can do and the limitations that you have. It's all kind of, I don't know, it's all very basic stuff. It's not anything really special, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you know what I mean. I mean, it's been a while since the other expansions packs stuff came out. And I know there's not a lot of people that have only the base game. Actually, there are probably quite a few people who only have the base game, because these games are expensive. Like, those big expansion packs, like Get to Work and stuff, those ones are still like $40 a piece. And that's a lot of money to throw out on a game. When I was a kid, I remember, I'm acting like I'm like 30 years old. Okay, for your information, I'm 20. That is how old I am. I'm not like somewhere up in high in age, but I always sound like I'm older than I am. I've always been like that. Kind of had like an older mindset, but besides the point. I would always go to Walmart and I would always beg my mom to get them. And like, the Sims 3 games were super expensive. Like, those were like $60 a pop games. For the longest time, they would not go on sale forever. Everything was always super expensive. I eventually was able to collect them all. I think I have all of them. I have a stack of them in the corner, but I can't read them because they're facing away from me. But I think I have all of them. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy that I have all of the Sims 3 expansion packs because those games are so good. Like, I personally enjoy playing them way more. I'm going to be starting a new series. If I'm starting to hear that, my cat's scratching on something. Stop, Iris. But I'm going to start a new series soon where it's just essentially me just playing in The Sims 3 because I really enjoy playing Legacies in The Sims 3. I'll see whenever I put that out. It'll probably be soon. I'm planning on recording it either today or tomorrow after I finish this or tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes. I'm a busy person. I've got college stuff to do. But yeah, I really wanted to just get back into it and just play a Legacy again. I don't know. I just miss that type of style and that kind of ability to be creative in The Sims. The Sims 4 just doesn't give me that. But yeah, anyways, that's besides the point. You don't care. Right now we're doing a bathroom. I just glazed over doing the dining room. Pretty boring. No one cares. Upstairs there are going to be two. They could really be for anybody. There's no really... one's green, one's blue. I thought the blue one would be for in my head, I had the idea the blue one was going to be for a teenage girl. And the green one was going to be for a either child or teen boy. I mean, they could be for anybody. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Colors don't matter. Style doesn't matter. You can have whatever you want. But in my head, that's how I imagined it. Oh, are we going up there now? Oh, looks like it. The second floor is kind of... I thought it would be bigger. Because in my head, this house is really big, personally. Because I'm poor. Ooh, there's another thing I want to rant about. We'll talk about it afterwards. But I'm not the most well-off person in the world. And so I thought it would be so much bigger, but it's... I didn't have a lot of space, and I wanted to make 2 bedrooms. Like 2 kids' rooms, essentially. Ooh, am I paused here? What's happening? What was I doing? This is when I decided that I really wanted to have 2 kids' rooms in this household. I wanted to make sure that we got 2 of them, so I just kind of edited it a little bit and made it work. I'm not too thrilled with the floor plan because that 1 bedroom on the left, the blue one, is super long and weirdly shaped, and it was really difficult to furnish it from the way I had placed everything in it and how it was kind of put together. See, I tried to edit it and move it around, but in the end it stays like that. This is the finished floor plan, essentially. I just made the other bedroom a little bit smaller to kind of even it out and not make one super big and the other one super small, but yeah, nothing too exciting. I mean, that's pretty much it. But here's the thing I wanted to rant about. Okay, so I come from a very big family. We're going to have a story time and a rant. Here we go. I come from a very large family, personally, of a lot of people, and 99.9% of them are insanely rich. It's just their luck of the draw. They work in big companies. They've got wealthy spouses. All my aunts and uncles are rich. My cousins are rich by association, and my grandparents are rich. And my mother and I are the only parts of the family that aren't rich. And I always hate, this is such a big pet peeve of mine. Like, this doesn't even have to be about family. If you have a rich friend who does this, it's the same exact thing. They assume that you could do whatever you do and just have like $300 to spare to do whatever they want. And then they get mad at you if you don't. Like, I don't have money I can just blow out and be like, I'm going to go on a vacation. Like, I have to plan my vacations in like a year in advance because they're so expensive. And I just don't like people that just automatically assume that you've got the same amount of money as them to throw out and just like do whatever you want with. And they just get upset whenever you can't. Like, I had a rich friend. My family's not so bad because they don't really ask us to do anything anymore. They used to do it a lot when I was a kid. But now that we're older, we are older. Yeah, my mom's older too. But now that I'm older and I'm in college, it's different. But like back when I was a kid, it happened all the time. And it was super aggravating. But especially, I had a friend. She was rich because her mom married someone rich. And she just was so frustrated with me if I couldn't do something that she wanted to do that costs money. Like, I don't get that mentality of being so upset because someone else can't do what you, like, you should be the considerate one if you, like, she knew she was richer than me. She knew that I was not as well off as her, but she still got so pissed when I didn't do what she wanted to do. Oh, that makes me so mad thinking about, like, just people like that who are so inconsiderate and don't realize that there are other people out there that are not in the same financial situation as you. Oh, that makes me, that's a big pet peeve of mine. People like that who are just not considerate, essentially, and just assume that everyone's in the same boat as them. Oh, oof, I'm getting heated now. I hate people like that. What else do I hate? people that go behind your back. Like, you want to hear, okay, story time. So I'm still really sick, but I have an online college, doesn't matter. But in high school, I was really sick and I didn't go to school a lot because of my sickness. And so I would miss a lot of days. And one of my teachers was really upset with me, but she got over it when she realized how sick I was and all that jazz. But apparently 2 people that at the time they were my friends. Like, I hadn't stopped being their friends yet because we got in a fight. We didn't really get in a fight. That's a different story. I'll tell you afterwards. But at the time we were still friends. And apparently they went to one of my teachers, the one that I was already having a tough time with because I was missing so much school. They went to her and told her that I was faking it. So that teacher had this mindset that I was faking my illnesses. And so she almost tried to fail me from her class. Because of those 2 girls that just decided that they were upset with me, so they wanted to take it out in this particular fashion. Like, what kind of person is that? You can't just assume that I'm playing sick. Like, I actually am sick. Like, what is wrong with you? And especially to go to a teacher and try to, like, essentially fail me from a class just because you're pissed at me. Like, what kind of person is that? Ugh. Just absolutely awful. And then I guess she stopped liking me sometime, like, before that. I don't know when. I mean, I don't know. But then the way she stopped being my friend was hilarious. I personally love birthdays. I think birthdays are so much fun. I enjoy them. I love celebrating my friends' birthdays. And I just love the whole aspect of birthdays in general. Like, I'll hand make someone some cakes, bring in presents, balloons, make a big deal out of it. I love that. And I don't necessarily want the same thing in return because I'm super anxious and shy when it comes to shit like that. Oops, I cursed. Oh well. But it was on my birthday. I came into school and I got a few happy birthdays from some people, but like this particular girl who was my best friend at the time, she was also one of the girls that went and told my teacher that I was faking it, even though I wasn't. But she's sitting there and I'm just kind of expecting at least a happy birthday, like to at least acknowledge that today is my special day, my day of birth, the day I I flew myself out of the womb. But she didn't even acknowledge it. So I was like, hey, today's a day, kind of special, super exciting. And she's like, oh yeah, happy birthday. And as you can tell, I was kind of upset because I personally made a big deal out of her birthday and she forgot that it was my birthday. And I understand that sounds a little selfish, but like, imagine, I don't know. It was just so upsetting to me. And so I was pissed, obviously. And so I kind of ignored her a little bit throughout the day. And then she started to, and then I got over it as lunch came around because we had the same lunch together. And then she's ignoring me. And I'm like, what the hell's happening right now? And so I asked her, I was like, what's going on? She's like, you're just so selfish. And I was like, what? She's like, we can't be friends anymore. You're just being too selfish. And I was like, I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say to me? What? I said the F word. Whoops. It's fine. But I was so confused. Like, you're seriously like, oh, and she's like, we can't be friends anymore. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? This woman just decided to stop being my friend because I was pissed that she forgot my birthday. What? What kind of world is this? What realm do we live in that this is okay? Oh, that was so aggravating. I'm still mad about that. That was a really bad day for me. And then this other friend, this is going to be a story time video. If any of my friends who find this, who are those people that I'm talking about, you know who you are. I still hate you. Haha. But anyways, there's this other girl. I'm paused right now. I didn't realize I should have cut those out. But this is such a long video. I already cut some stuff out because it was just too much, but oh well. But there's this one girl. She was new to the school, and in our friend group, I was kind of the leader, and I was kind of the person that allowed people to join our friend group. I don't know if that makes any sense. I mean, the people that are the leaders in their friend group will know what I'm talking about, but if you aren't, then you don't know. But anyways, so I was kind of the person that had the final say of who gets to join our friend group, who gets to be a part of the club, that kind of jazz. And so I found this girl. She was funny. I wanted her to be a part of the friend group, so I invited her to join us, essentially. And she was cool. She was nice, but she had this way of joking around that was mean. Like, she would joke about things that are rude and like things that you shouldn't joke about. And I had one friend who was like my best friend at the time. He's awesome. Still my best friend to this day. Ayo, if you're watching this, I love you. But anyways, she just had this way of being so rude when she told jokes, and she would just hit you in the spots that like you shouldn't joke about. And so my friends and I were talking about her after. I mean, I know this is kind of shitty talking about her behind her back, but we were just kind of just like airing our grievances as a group about her. And one of these friends that was there at this particular shit-talking session, she was sitting there shit-talking as well, like as you do, being a typical high school kid. And then she apparently went behind all of our backs, actually particularly mine. She went behind our backs and told this girl that we were shit-talking her, even though she was there also shit-talking her. But she just decided to go on and just go tell this girl that, like, oh, they're being so awful to you. And so then this girl just, like, essentially betrayed all of our trust and lied to this new girl, because apparently she wanted to be her friend and not ours. Lied to her, essentially, by saying that we were the only ones talking crap about her, when in fact that girl, we'll call her, no, I don't want to give any names, but that girl was also a part of that. So she essentially lied to the girl that she wanted to be friends with and sold us out to. And just kind of made us all look like assholes, even though she was there too. Like, what kind of person does that? Ugh. And then the girl that we were all shit-talking, she then in turn made my life miserable. She essentially turned a lot of my friends against me, and I lost a lot of friends during that process, and then I left school. I did online school, but she wasn't the reason why I did online school. I was just so sick during those high school years, I couldn't go to school, and it was a big problem, so... yeah, that's fun. Did you like hearing a little bit about my life story? Isn't that cute? I mean, I have plenty more stories of how my life just went to shit. I mean, I have the worst luck in the world. You can ask anyone that knows me. I mean, you can't because you don't know who I am. But if you could, they would tell you that I'm probably the most unlucky human being to ever grace the planet. It's exhausting being me, honestly. It's not fun, and it takes a lot out of you. But yeah, that's fun. Do you have any other stories I want to tell you? How many minutes do I have left? About like 6 minutes left in this video. Okay, well, what else do I want to say? We're doing the landscaping right now. I'm not the best at landscaping, especially because in the base game we have like 5 plants. There's not a lot of options to choose from, and so I use these big kind of lighter green hedges a lot because they kind of go with everything and they make everything look kind of fancy. So those are going to be around the property quite a bit whenever I go into the decorating of the backyard and stuff like that. If you saw at the beginning, I tried to make a fence around the entire length of the building, but it just wasn't looking right. So I just eventually put up this fence, and that's all the fence I do. I don't put any more up. And yeah, so that's what I did for the general landscaping. The backyard is big. It's got a pool. It's got a chess table. It's got a dining area, a gardening area. Very basic, nothing too exciting. I didn't know what to put back here, honestly. It was kind of difficult figuring out how to do the space because normally in my Sims homes, I don't use the backyards a lot when I play The Sims because I don't make my Sims go outside because I don't do what I don't like to do in real life, and I personally hate going outside. So, you know, that's fun. But yeah, anyways, this is the basic the layout of the backyard. Nothing too extravagant. Everything's very basic, very chill. There's a pool, as I said. Big whoop. I do love pools though. I love pools and like water and swimming, but I hate the ocean because you can't see the bottom of the ocean. Is there a particular fear like for that in general, like being scared of like deep water? Is that different from like being scared to swim? Is there a name for it? I want to know. If you do know, please let me know. I want to know what it's called. I'm also afraid of... I'm not like afraid of clowns, but I don't particularly like them. What else do I not like? I'm terrified of heights. Heights is a big one. I went up a lighthouse, and as soon as I got to the top, I just burst into tears. I have a picture of it. I look so disgusting. It was hilarious. Oh, but yeah, that's fun. That's basically what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of a lot of things. I'm afraid of people breaking into the house, but I feel like that's a general fear that a lot of people have because people are crazy and they'll break into your house for no reason and murder you because life sucks. But, you know, casual. Anyways, what are we doing? More landscaping. How much time do I have left? About 2 minutes. Okay, well, do I have any other stories I want to tell you? Any grievances I want to air? Not really. I mean, life at the moment has been pretty boring. I don't know if you want to hear about this, but it has. Grievances. Oh, I hate how short skirts are recently. I know that's kind of random, but like personally, I have really short legs and a super long torso. So like even though I don't like, even skirts that are normal length look super short on me because I have a relatively big butt, short legs, long torso, so everything looks small. That frustrates me to like no end. It pisses me off beyond comprehension. I'm sorry, that was random. I admit that. What else do I have? What else do I have in my brain that I want to talk about? Nothing really. I'm pretty sure this is all I want to talk about. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish doing the outdoor furnishings, and then I'm going to work on the porches, and then I think I'm done with this house in general. So if you liked what you see and you want to see more from me, make sure to like and subscribe. It'll really help out the channel. If you don't like what you heard or saw or whatever, like and subscribe anyways just because you can. And you know what? Fun fact of the day. I don't know why I decided to do this. I just have a fun fact in my head and I want to share it with you. Don't feed ducks bread. Feeding ducks bread is bad for them and it could kill them. So don't feed ducks bread. I don't know what the point of that was. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it here. Goodbye.